drawings are atrocious.
Right. I don't take up on some bad.
I hope not. Like if you ask me a hex and I end up drawing a pen.
Nah, you got at least have.
No, I need to know. Yeah, I know those. Though. I know those.
Like, look at this.
Just
Like oxidation. This looks nothing like this.
You recording?
I mean, I worry about it. I have five lines.
Okay,
I have a huge question for systems.
Already have to make us
Good job. Wanted to rag on my drawings.
No, I'm kidding. He just got it.
Is it prettier?
Better than mine, sure. Well, I'm just.
How's your hand?
open flower. Oh, I don't know. My last
You can't open flowers.
I don't know where to find it.
This will be
Oh. Like, open cover, yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's self-injury. They had an event this week.
Oh. There were different colors with that.
It's just that color. Supposedly orange thingy represents self-injury.
I didn't understand silver slices.
Oh.
But
Some people
you know, sometimes I wonder where did they get these?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have mixed up on the color.
I just wonder how did they get that color? And how do they define that orange represents that?
And they call it a butterfly or something. I don't know.
But orange has different colors, like meaning. You know, like how purple is royalty and
What was that,
whatever.
Purple also represents the color.
Oh, man. I thought about it. Dudes that I would serve with are, my friends are. Yeah.
But then why is that such a thing there? That's what just caught me off guard. Like, what is that mean?
Well, the oh, I can't. This is gonna react because this is technically has stuff in
Ashley.
there.
You just love right on people's
Me,
face.
all he does is they put in the electrons for
Okay,
you.
you lucky you didn't put nothing else. You know Nah. Did, well, before I put a huge extra in the
Some-
paper.
I need a nap.
Now it's like, chill out.
When are you gonna do NMR?
We already did it today.
With that?
Yeah. Sorry.
You did.
You weren't. I didn't dish you. You weren't there, and then you dished me yesterday.
Yesterday, you just decided to do problems or.
No. You disappeared, and I started looking for Black.
Yeah.
Everyone was like,
because
Black
I said
disappeared.
I'll leave at 4:30, and I came at 3:30 to
Okay, so
do NMR.
what do you know ozone
Fair
does?
Hey, so
Couldn't have.
please.
Cleans what?
Oxygenologist.
The what?
Ozone.
What is
Ozone.
He's double bond. Double
Yeah.
bond, triple bond.
No, literally just go like this.
And I put this.
Okay.
Oh.
This part right here is reductive workup. So, just so you know.
Yeah, because I saw this. I'm like, what is this doing?
So ozone cleaves
Literally
double
just
bonds.
do this again.
Open.
Right.
And we have.
So you would just have double
Right.
bonds.
Yeah.
Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I see how you trying. That is.
What?
I see.
What happened? Can I continue?
But what do you have?
It's
What do you
like,
have? Yeah, that.
That's not.
Oh, you did almost like you did.
I know, but like,
I
the way
wouldn't.
that about it was easier than now.
right?
I would have got that wrong because the double bond right there.
Real life actually.
So just count.
CSP.
1, 2, 3, 4,
4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You said the second one is a reducing?
Yeah, it's a reductive workup. That's
So-
what it's called.
Ozone.
Right? So you see how this is an aldehyde? Why didn't it go to a carboxylic acid? It didn't go to carboxylic acid because of this.
So we
But
supposed
how
to
would
know
it
that?
go to carboxylic acid? Where would I get my H from?
Excuse me?
Girl, okay, to go to carboxylic acid, wouldn't you need an oxidizing agent instead of?
What's this? Did that not add oxygen to this?
Yeah, but that's
right?
I don't know
Didn't
that-
you learn if you use ozonolysis to a triple bond, you get a carboxylic acid, right?
Oh, okay.
It also happens in the event of a primary positioning, right? Which is what you have here, right? There's one hydrogen here. So when you add oxygen here, you flip up, there's still a hydrogen here,
Oh, right.
right?
Right.
So there's still an opportunity to be oxidized here, right? But this prevents that from happening.
From going to all the way to carboxylic
All the way to
acid.
carboxylic acid. So this is ozonolysis with a reductive workup. So you have the same situation here, right? What's prevented here? If you think about it, right? This is an aldehyde. This can be, right? This can be oxidized more.
Yeah.
This can be oxidized more, right? There's a hydrogen here. There's two hydrogens here.
That one, yeah.
So this stops that from oxidizing more.
But the secondary one wouldn't oxidize one. Only the
What?
primary one.
What secondary one?
Like the alcohol part. Right there. The carbonyl, it wouldn't oxidize more anyway. It would only be the primary one that would oxidize more.
Okay, come up here and show me. Because you pointed
No,
over
it's
there.
okay.
I don't know what you're pointing. No,
Okay.
tell me.
Y'all actually do
No,
it.
it might be someone else's
needed. All I
question.
was saying was that this, it wasn't really a question, it was a statement. It was like this one wouldn't, like say it was like if this wasn't here and it was supposed to go all the way to oxidize. I'm just saying that this wouldn't oxidize because this one is secondary and it wouldn't
Right.
go anywhere. It would just
Exactly.
be this one.
Right.
See, I wasn't-
But I need you to explain that to me by actually showing me. How am I supposed to get that from you sitting down?
Because I said secondary and primary.
This is secondary also. How do I know what you're talking about? If you're talking about both, maybe you're talking about one side, like, I don't know.
Show me how you do 17.
Alright?
This is the one I just can't.
So it's the same thing, right? You see ozonolysis with a reductive workup,
So I put it back together?
right? So you put the pieces back together. So,
I smart.
alright. So, like you said, you're smart. That's cool. I like that. And you go like this. You go like this. Connect the carbons. Right?
Wait, wouldn't you put the oxygen back in there? Like one oxygen back in there?
You go like this.
And
You
that.
go like this.
Okay.
And you connect that to that carbon. And then you just make it pretty.
Make that pretty now.
How do you
Right.
Okay.
Right? So you know wherever you add it, there's got to be a double bond.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, and it was the
So-
oxygen.
Right? So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Right through this, we add a double bond.
Okay.
Right? So now we have one away from this. So that's over here. And this is a double bond again. Right?
And you just put the H.
William,
Yeah.
go again.
Again?
Yeah, just show me how you made it pretty.
Okay. So this was like this, right?
Yeah.
This was like this.
Yeah, this
This was like that. And that was like that, right?
So we're joining all the carbonyl groups.
Right. So these are supposed to be together,
Yeah.
right? But for me anyway, visually, if I keep this here, it's gonna mess me up.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, when I see this, I'm like, okay, let me cross this out. And I just know that I have to connect this carbon with this carbon. And there's gotta be a double bond. Right? So this part is the same thing, right? I know I gotta connect this carbon to this carbon. So do that. Right? And you know that this has to be a double bond. So literally just put it together. So you know you have your cyclopentane here, right? So draw it again. 5 carbons. So that's this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Right? We still have to account for this. Right? 4. And they gotta be in a structure, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, connect them, right? So at this point, right, where they met, has to be a double bond, right? This is the bottom of your ring, which is the bottom over here, and 1 carbon over is where another double bond needs to be. So 1 carbon over is where another double bond needs to be.
Or would you recommend drawing out the H's in this one?
If you want. Sure.
I would just draw the H's.
It makes you feel better. Huh? Whatever makes you feel better.
Wait.
Right. You got it now, Krishana?
Yeah.
Good?
Wait, why did Lord, I was gonna take like 5 minutes. Why did hinge on over on that side instead of right there?
What?
Where you connected it, I thought it would connect right there. Where, like, okay, you see the first part? Where
You
you...
want me to go back to carbonyl groups?
No. You see right where the star is? Right, and then follow that line? I thought it would connect right back there. Yeah.
It did connect back
But
there.
it's drawn differently here, like more. It's still 1 carbon away.
Oh, okay.
Let me know.
I just thought you shifted it
This,
over on the
this
bottom.
is your ring structure here.
No, on the bottom. I thought you were going from there and like you were shifting something.
Actually,
There's no shift here. I literally counted it as I went.
So
Oh, no, okay, I wasn't.
Yeah. So this would be like
I
this,
want to see like this.
if it helps, right?
Right.
A, B, C, D. A, B,
I need to
C,
see
D.
it. Right?
So I said wherever I drew that ugly part, that's where double bond's going to be. So from D to here is a double bond. D to here is a double bond. The ugly part is 1 carbon away from the cyclic thing that you drew, right? So this is the end of your cyclic thing. 1 carbon away is here. Right?
Cool. No.
All good? Move into 18?
Yeah. You know what? Stopping kind of would help you.
So this is like a mini retrosynthesis. The last question. This is a proper retrosynthesis. Okay, so we're all good for 18?
Yeah. That's
Alright.
Yeah.
You don't get it?
No,
I
let's do
mean,
18.
I guess there might be something to do with like triple bond.
We'll give that away.
Wait, why did you get
But you should
Good.
know
So
this.
this is reagent. An A, an H.
What was that? No,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is your shit now? Ooh, stop playing. Okay.
Wait, are we going backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we start at 3.
What do you mean? Like this? Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. Alright, so
Oxymercury. Oh, oxymercuration.
Can't see what's
alright, so we're using
What does all that do? 2 and 3.
what?
Those
This?
3 and yeah.
Yes, it adds a OH.
Okay.
So it adds a OH to this. So it becomes this, right? Right? Tell me if I'm right, you know.
You're wrong.
How do I
Maybe
do
like
it?
H2 plus?
Oh no, sorry. But actually this is not even the right one I'm drawing.
Why plus sign?
Because we alternated it.
So this. All right, we've seen this in what cases?
Triple bond.
Triple bond. So let's keep that in the back of our head while we're working backwards. All right.
We see what
We know.
NH.
Right. So we know we have a ketone here. Right. So up until now, you know that none of this is going to make a ketone. This is going to make an alcohol, right? So we know we've seen this with triple bonds and we've seen this associated with alcohols, right? So now work backwards from there.
Okay, but you asked me why is this plus?
Yeah, there's no
Why?
plus.
Alright, so this is not even the right thing, man. It's this.
17.
No, it's a-
Well, 18.
Right? This is an E now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I was sure.
Um,
Right? Because when you react it goes like, what's it called again? Tautomization, whatever.
Tautomization.
That. When you do this, it goes back and forth, but the ketone is the favorite product.
Okay.
Right?
So this added alcohol group,
So,
right? So
yes.
what's
So
further
where do you
back?
get the double bond?
that-
How did you get that double bond? I'm sorry.
This is an enol.
No, I know. But
Oh, so this is what I break. So I added this, the OH to this. So then this bond breaks. It should be really this, but something's wrong with the question. So the bond breaks, it becomes here, and then this will be an OH.
Gotcha.
That's left.
All right, thank you.
Oh. Okay.
And
Wait, so almost.
So an enol is an
So
alkene
what-
next to an alcohol group. That's what an enol is.
Oh yeah,
Double
yes,
bond
yeah,
next
yeah,
to
yeah.
OH.
That's,
So what happened to
that's
that
that.
metal? Methyl, whatever. Yeah,
This?
yeah. What happened to that?
It's still
so
there.
there.
Right there.
Right, count your
So
carbons,
this is
right?
1,
1, 2, 3, 4 carbons.
three,
1, 2, 3, 4
4.
carbons.
1.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see. I see.
Four.
Yeah, yeah,
The reason why I switched it to a terminal enol is just because we want to make a terminal
Okay,
alkyne.
got it.
Alkyne. Sorry.
Thank you.
So that's why. So if you were supposed to do it like this, it will become like this. If you were supposed to use this,
Okay, then shoot.
so this will be this
So you can
enol.
do that.
Yeah. So then, yeah. So we use the Na, NH2, and then it becomes a alkene.
It was excess, right? Right. So, wait. What happened?
Oh, sorry.
That's it. You dropped the mic and.
What else do you want me to do?
Right?
It's gonna be a
Oh, to make it
Right.
what structure?
And
Oh. Isn't that one?
Yarn.
I didn't.
oh, actually, I don't like shit. I look crowded.
You know what? Just making the first step. It's just hard to figure it out first.
Right?
Yeah.
You needed something to make this out.
Yeah. So then you
Right? Because you had
yeah.
excess base.
So you remove this and then this bond becomes this and this bond becomes this.
I'm confused.
So there's a hydrogen here, right? There's 2 hydrogens here.
Yeah.
You have this as your first thing, right? Your first reagent. So let's just use this for short, right? So this comes and goes here, right? And this comes here. So now you have, right? And then this kicks off this part, right? BR leaves, right? Right? You guys are mad
I'm
quiet.
lost from after
Okay.
there.
Let's not be lost. Let's not be lost. Let's not be lost. Let's do the synthesis forward, right? And then maybe we can explain it
That is
better.
what it is. Yeah.
I don't know how to work backwards.
Okay. Just look at the answer key, right? And it says,
Oh, so you did draw that. Oh, but you know, it's here. Okay.
right? This is what he has starting this right?
Okay.
We're fine with that. Okay. So the first reagent was excess base,
Yeah.
right?
And
What does excess base do to this?
Elimination.
Elimination for both of them, right? So if you eliminate one, you have this. If you eliminate the other one, you have that, right? And then you have excess base. So you have this part here, right? The excess base closes this off and makes what? Good? Now,
yeah.
this adds an alcohol group. Now, we've seen this before. Is this Markovnikov or anti-Markovnikov? Markovnikov, right? So we know that it adds alcohol group here. Right? And then the alkene next to an alcohol group is what? Polymerization, right? So wherever the alcohol group is, that's where ketones are. Right? So that would, one of these. And then take this out. Right? Is that not what we have out here?
Yeah.
Was forward okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So work backwards now. Right? So you know this is adding an alcohol group, Markovnikov fashion. So that means you come back over here and you say, okay, I'm going to put my alcohol group at the most substituted location. And I know that there was an alkene next to it. Right? So now you have this. And then you have excess base. So let's assume 3 would be excess. Right? So that'll get rid of this. Add this. And add this. Right? And we know that the halogens were added to this, right?
Wait, wouldn't the negative come before the positive? But I mean, wouldn't the acetyl ion come before the acetyl?
Yeah, so we reversed the excess base. So we reverse the excess base and it goes back to this.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Yes. And then how do we make alkynes? Right? Elimination of the halogens. Right? So that's how you work this backwards.
I need you.
Wait, you just erased everything.
You guys have the stuff. What do you need the copies?
You know, I think for me anyway, I think what I end up doing is I try to do to the end product what the reagents would do.
Coming tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, you will do it?
Yeah, at some point.
You do it?
What's that?
No, that's not.
What's that? Oh,
And
you know what's
paperwork.
that? So sorry, you here Saturday too?
Yeah, I do this every week now.
Hey, Mr. Kofi is great, and he's here on Saturday.
I have all your stuff. I'm trying to get out.
I just want
That's why I was like, you guys are like Sunday. I don't know what they're doing. I was like,
Yeah. I don't even know, like, I'm not that prepared for it. I think I'm okay with genetics, but overall,
I'm not even a little bit extra genetics.
So that's just my favorite class.
Maybe yeah. You took it with
I got
your
a 2 ahead. Jeanette said, no, I don't have time for that. I'm joking.
know he was going for it.
I need the help.
I do. I have all my notes and stuff. I will have them.
Do you still have it?
But when is the exam though? Next week? Monday? Oh, I have to study for work.
By where?
But the next
Just send me the notes.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Alright. We're boiling down. No, I never read the book.
Really? I read the chapter, like,
It makes more sense when you read the chapter.
I read the chapter.
I don't know. I just notes leave out stuff, and I'm just my brain is like, okay, what?
No, I got like there's something that
No.
there's some questions you just read,
No, listen, hold on.
but like I didn't read the book, but like heading is just so awesome. Like if I don't understand something and it goes to me, explains it.
No, yeah, that I was there today too.
Yeah, when you go for like his extra,
yeah.
I used to test him and he would just like explain to me and I'm just like,
That's what I haven't watched it about this.
girl, you gotta go.
And he says
If
extra.
I took his class, I'm sure I would learn anything.
I think I'm gonna do just wishes Wednesday.
Good.
Alright, that's it.
We're still talking about genetics?
No,
I mean,
we're
just,
good.
no,
No,
good. I know you bunch of bio people in here. So. Okay, so we have methanol.
Yes.
You said that's called what?
Methanol?
I thought that was like a hydroxide. Oh wait, methyl hydroxide, right? Methyl hydroxide? Methyl hydroxide?
Methanol.
Alright, so methanol with
Oh, yeah.
So they're in the same line, right?
Right.
That means they're
Together.
together, right? Okay, so we have this,
But you don't want to oxide.
right? So that's a thought, epoxide.
You know,
So
something
we'll do
like
that.
really that I usually do that's not really smart. When I see the dash, I think like, oh, I don't care about it.
so like H2SO4.
We know it's an epoxy, right?
Yeah.
And there's a methyl.
Oh, but what about how it like the stereo?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Alright? So we don't know how stereochemistry is. We're like, damn, we're on a test, we're nervous, we're like, damn, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, something like that.
Huh?
So where do you see these methyl groups in there? Where's that?
The shaded thing.
Oh, the wedge. Oh,
That's
and the dash and the wedge. Okay.
Are we good?
Wait, is it only?
As long as you're happy, Shashan. That's all I care about. Okay, cool. So, let's play detective and let's put our clues together, right? So, this is the same thing, right? And it's acidic, right? But pressure is the same, right? Also, we can tell that this attacked on the most substituted side, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't mean out here there is nothing over here. Right? There's two things versus one thing. Most substitute side.
There's
Right?
an H2SO first.
Right? And we see that this is on a dash. And what do we know about ring epoxide openings?
Oh, so it's just gonna be two wedges. It's in two. So
Okay, that was in the question that I did. Yeah.
Right? Backside attack.
Yeah.
So if this is added on the dash, right?
Then it has to be switched to the wedge,
What has to be switched to wedge?
the methanol.
The methanol has to be
Still
switched
like
to
the dash.
wedge.
Yeah. So
Oh,
what was
okay.
the dash?
My
Yeah.
fault. I'm like, wait, what?
Sorry.
Okay. Alright. So this came from the back. That means originally this was what?
Dash.
Dash.
The
Right?
dash.
So we know that there are no trans epoxides. So if one part has to be on the dash, the other part has to be on the dash.
I thought it would change to wedge.
Yeah, because it attacked from the back, so
So switch that, and then the methyl group would be
Oh, you
on
know
the
what? Stupid. I didn't pay attention to this one. If they're open on this side, this retains configuration.
Right.
Just look
That's
at
what I'm
this.
saying.
since 7:30.
Your excuse.
Thank you, Shashan. I appreciate you so much.
See?
Okay, so let's look at this problem. So we have this as our final product. We have 2 reagents. We've seen this guy before, right?
Yeah.
AMNO4? What does that do?
That is an oxidizing agent.
Strong.
That makes it this
It makes what?
Lingers?
Oh, yeah, but I'm asking about this right? So we got to work backwards. So that means we got to work bottom up, right? So this is oxidizing agent. But what does it do exactly?
To that.
It gives the
It creates acetyl bonds.
Right. It makes cis diols, right?
Yeah.
Cis 1, 2 diols. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Right? And we know that this is used to what?